I started this channel on January 12th, 2019, so it has almost been 1 year since I started the YouTube channel, which just blows my mind because that year went by really quickly and it has been an absolute blast. So in today's video, I'm going to kind of take a trip down memory lane with the channel and talk about some of my favorite things about the channel, some of my favorite videos, some of my favorite experiences, and kind of take you through a journey with me. But before I do that, I want to say thank you to you all, to everybody out there that watches my content, likes the videos, shares the videos, subscribes to the channel, comments, shares any social media posts. I want to say thank you to all of you for the support, because without you there is no channel, and my #1 favorite thing about doing YouTube is interacting with all of the awesome friends that I have met throughout the course of this journey. So without further ado, let's get into some of my favorite moments and favorite things about RetroWolf88. How could I not kick off this recap video without talking about the very first video on the channel? The very first video on the channel was not terrible, but it wasn't great either. Basically, I was going over my top 10 most anticipated games of 2019, and I had no energy in this video. I was very flat and boring. The lighting was bad, the video quality was bad, the sound was bad, and my on-screen presence was bad. But this video is still very special to me and important to the history of the channel, and it absolutely amazes me to see how much the quality of all aspects of the channel have improved from this video up until now. This video also serves as a motivation for me to never stop improving. And it was also one of the first videos that the editor showed up in, which is also very cool. But folks, I cannot stress this enough. If you have a dream, or if you have anything that you want to start doing, just start doing it. You have to take that first step, even if you stumble along the way, even if it is bad. You have to take that first step. And believe me when I tell you, it is worth it. The Funny Reviews series was one of the funniest series on the channel, as well as one of the first series that I started on the channel, and it was an absolute blast to make these videos. Basically, I would pick a game and search Metacritic, GameStop, Amazon, etc. to find the funniest and most ridiculous and insane reviews that people left that I could find. The results were often hilarious and insane, and we would add funny editing jokes in as well. We looked at funny reviews for Red Dead Redemption 2, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Zelda Breath of the Wild, the Far Cry series, Resident Evil 6, and BioShock. Now, I've taken a break from this series for now because it just wasn't pulling in the views, but I will be revisiting it soon because I think that it is hilarious and it's just so much fun. Now, I'd like to show you just a few quick clips from the Funny Review series, and if you enjoy what you see, there will be a link to the playlist in the description down below, and I encourage you to go check those out, especially if you want to have a good laugh. I accidentally swallowed the game and choked. There should have been a warning on the front cover that when I bought it, the game, that I could have choked on it, and there wasn't one. I am entitled to financial compensation for this actions, and I will be calling Nintendo. I don't want to say what Rockstar did, and especially did not. People who didn't remember their past has no future. You can't change your past. I don't know what that means. The Collector Interview and Game Room Tour series is one of my absolute favorites on the channel. It is so much fun to find other game collectors, travel to their house, interview them, check out their game collection, and do a tour of their game room on camera. The interviews are always interesting because we get to learn a lot about them as a gamer and a collector, and it is very interesting to see how different we all are as gamers. The game room tours are so much fun because it never ceases to amaze me how huge some of these collections are and how awesome the game rooms are set up. Most of all, I enjoy meeting fellow gamers and collectors, and I have become friends with everyone I've met so far, and they are all awesome people. Now sadly, these videos are very sporadic and few and far between because I have to find the game collectors that are not too far away, and convince them to let me into their homes to see their personal collections and hope that they're comfortable with being on camera. So that makes it a little bit difficult to keep these videos coming regularly, but I definitely have a few more lined up in the very near future, so stay tuned for that. Now, as most of you who watch the channel know, I am a huge GameCube collector, and I'm going for a complete GameCube collection. At the time of this recording, I am only 8 games away from completing that collection. I expect to complete it early next year. Since I have such a deep love for the console, and since I'm going for a complete collection, I decided that I wanted to do a deep dive into the library for the GameCube one game at a time. Thus, the GameCube Gallery series was born. This gives me an excuse to play GameCube games, but still in a productive way, because I turn it into a video where I cover the game, its history, sales data, collector information, and other interesting facts I can dig up about the game. Playing the games, doing the research, and putting together the videos for this series is so much fun, and I plan to continue it in 2020. The games that I have done an episode on so far are Go-Go Hyper Grind, SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, 13, Freedom Fighters, Chibi Robo, Harry Potter Sorcerer's Stone and Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets, Spartan Total Warrior, and Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. And I will leave a link to the GameCube Gallery playlist in the description down below. I put a lot of work into these videos, and if you are a fan of the GameCube, I highly encourage you to check those out. Now, one of my own personal highlights of the channel was my video showing off my massive Nintendo Switch collection. That video was so much fun to make, and as of right now, it is my most viewed video with over 10,000 views, which is just awesome. But what I love about that video is seeing people's reaction to seeing games they had no idea were released on the Switch. And it also amazes me just how many people don't realize how extensive the Switch library is. One of my main reasons for making that video was to show people just how many awesome games are on the Switch, and let people see games that maybe they've never heard of that they want to check out. I'm very proud of that video, and I'm so happy that so many people were able to watch it and enjoy it and learn about Switch games. Now, when I hit 300 subscribers, I decided to do a Q&A video, and that video was so much fun. It was so much fun answering all the questions and recording that one, and it remains one of my favorite videos on the channel. Once I hit 1,000 subs, I plan on doing another massive Q&A video, and I cannot wait because I'm sure I'm going to get even more questions that are probably even crazier. Here's a few quick clips from the Q&A video. Awesome, dude. It's cool to know I'm inspiring other people in some way. My question is, if you were a hand tool, like a hammer or a screwdriver, which tool would you be and why? Well, Blazing Camel, I'm glad that you asked this question because I've got the answer right here on my belt, and I feel like freaking Batman with this thing on. Check this out. So if I were going to be any hand tool, I would have to pick this multi-tool right here. I mean, look at this thing, man. Which game in your collection has the best story for how you acquired it? Well, Tara, that's a fantastic question, and I've got what I feel like is a pretty cool answer for you. So, this game right here, Go-Go Hyper Grind, right? Now, even though I've only recorded and published 2 discussion videos so far, those 2 discussion videos were an absolute blast, and they were sort of my own personal little podcast on the channel. In the first discussion video, I was joined by Tara as we talked about how awesome the Nintendo Switch is and why. In the second discussion video, I was joined by Robert and Wes from Gaming Off the Grid and Los from Big Retro Show, and we had a really great discussion about the pros and cons of physical media versus digital media. That was a great in-depth look at the topic. Now, I tried to do a third discussion video and the audio did not record right, so I had to scrap the entire thing, and that was very, very frustrating. I was so upset that I decided to take a long break from discussion videos, but I plan on picking them back up in 2020 as I have many discussion topics that I want to discuss in a long-form conversation on the channel with other YouTubers and other people in the gaming industry. So one day I was doing something very boring and mundane like washing dishes or something like that, and I was thinking to myself, you know what? It would be interesting if I set my mom down in front of the camera and let her play retro games, because she's never played a game before in her life and she is a very interesting and very quirky and unique individual. So it will probably be very entertaining to see what happens, and the results were far more entertaining and hilarious than I could have ever imagined. Thus, MamaRetro was born. So now MamaRetro has her own huge series on the channel, and she absolutely loves it, and these are among my favorite videos on the channel. They are just ridiculously fun to record and totally unpredictable. I never know what she's going to do or say, and that makes things very, very exciting. And we also have some huge and very awesome plans for MamaRetro in 2020, and I can't talk about those yet, but I cannot wait to share those with you. Here are just a few clips from the MamaRetro series. If you enjoy them, I'll leave a link to the playlist in the description down below. Are you okay? Okay, get a hold of yourself. Are you okay? Get a hold of yourself. Get a hold of yourself. All right, face the camera. Oh my God. Let go of your arm.
Big balls.
Look, just walk past the big balls.
Okay, it's not as easy as you think to walk past those big balls. It hit me again. What's wrong with them people?
Now, I really enjoy finding and covering hidden gems on retro consoles, and I recently started doing that on the channel with the NES, and I've had so much fun with that video series. So far, I've done 3 videos on NES Hidden Gems for a total of 15 games, and I've done 1 video on 2 Sega Master System Hidden Gems. These videos are so much fun and definitely a highlight of the channel for me personally, and I plan on making more of these types of videos in this series going forward for other consoles, and I cannot wait to share them with you all. Now, this video is not only one of my absolute favorite videos on the channel, but it's also one of the biggest highlights for me personally as a video game collector. This was the biggest and best game lot I have ever come across for the best price I could have even imagined. There were over 2,000 items in this game lot, everything from consoles, games, magazines, strategy guides, controllers, and accessories. Digging through that lot on camera with my cousin Nathan for a video was such a blast, and there were so many treasures to be found amongst the totes. I will probably never find a game lot this good again, so I'm so happy I was able to get this on camera so that I can record and capture that experience and always be able to look back on it. Now, the Switch Lite unboxing was the very first and actually the only unboxing video I've done on the channel so far, so it holds a very special place in my heart because it was the very first unboxing video, and I had so much fun making that video. And for my first unboxing, I felt like I did a pretty good job, and it was a lot of fun, like I said. And because I wanted to get the video out quickly, I actually shot and edited that video in one night by myself. That was tough. I was up pretty late that night, but it was worth it. Then doing some quick out-of-the-box impressions on the Switch Lite was also a lot of fun. I just all around really enjoyed making this video, and people responded to it very well. So you can expect to see more unboxings from me in the future whenever it's appropriate, when I have something that I feel like would make a good unboxing video. So far, my cousin Laura has been in 2 videos on the channel, and they have both been so freaking entertaining and hilarious. Not only because she cusses a lot, especially when she plays a difficult game, but also because some of the random things that come out of her mouth are absolutely hilarious. It was far funnier than I thought it would be. I can't wait to get her back on the channel for even more videos. People really enjoyed her too, because her videos did pretty well, so you can definitely expect to see her back in the very near future. You might even see her with MamaRetro in a video, possibly in late January. We'll have to see. Now, this video was also an absolute blast and very special to me because it's the first video game expo that I have ever experienced, and I got to experience it with my good friend Doug. So me and Doug had so much fun playing arcade games, tons of pinball games, retro games, and checking out all the vendors. Shooting footage at the Game Expo was also a lot of fun and it had its own set of challenges, but turning this experience into a video is so awesome because it helps to capture the moment and the feelings and immortalize them. And I definitely plan on going back to this expo next year, and I'll probably try to get MamaRetro to come with me because that will make for a very entertaining experience and video for you all to enjoy. Now, the single best and greatest experience that I have had since I started the channel was my time in Texas and my 4 days hanging out on the set of the Game Chasers movie and hanging out with Billy, Jay, and so many other awesome and amazing people. I met up with my good friend Gabe, and we had such an amazing experience. We got to help out on set, be extras in the film, and hang out and talk to the cast and the crew. Not only was this experience the highlight of my short time as a YouTuber so far, but it's also one of the best experiences of my life, and it has inspired me so much that I have some huge projects planned for 2020. And I plan on making at least 2 trips back to Texas in 2020. More info on that to come in the future. So there you have it, folks. Just a quick recap of some of my experiences of the channel, some of my favorite personal things about the channel, some of the favorite things that I've done on the channel. It has just been such a wild ride so far, so fulfilling, such an absolute blast. And like I said, the best part about it have been the people that I have met and interacted with, whether it be new friends that I've met on social media, fellow YouTubers that I've met and become friends with, other game collectors that I've met and become friends with, so many amazing people. And that, at the end of the day, is the best part about the YouTube experience, is just meeting so many amazing people from around the country and around the world. And again, if you support this channel, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are part of the RetroWolf family, and I cannot thank you enough. I really appreciate the support. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure and hit that like button, and let me know in the comments down below what your favorite things about the channel are. I want to know what your favorite types of videos are that are on my channel, what you'd like to see in the future. Throw all that in the comments down below. I really appreciate all the feedback. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so that you can join the RetroWolf family, because I have so much planned for 2020 that you're not going to want to miss. Until next time, folks, keep playing games and having a good time, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.